Okay, welcome to our channel. This is Harmony Point Acupuncture's YouTube channel, and we post usually two videos a week, usually on Sundays. We have yoga, qigong, and pranayama, and this class is pranayama breath exercise. So welcome. And if you like what you're experiencing here, please give us a thumbs up or drop us a line in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for your support. Okay, so we're going to begin now by just bringing our energy inwards and finding the breath at the tip of the nostrils. And just notice the breath, the cool air is coming in and the warm air is being exhaled. Just be with that breath for a few moments. And we're going to set our intention here on really giving ourselves permission to remain focused on the breath for this entire class. The breath is often something that we take for granted, and this is going to be our special time to give conscious attention to the breath. We're going to bring conscious attention to a process that is usually happening unconsciously. And this is a perfect time right now if you have any particular prayers, mantras, personal affirmations, anything that you'd like to say to yourself to help you with this practice. You can do that now, or you can just take a moment to really focus your personal intention. And I'd like to express my gratitude to all of my amazing teachers. Okay, so let's begin with some alternate nostril breathing. We're going to use the right hand. We're going to bring the first and middle finger down. We're going to bring awareness to the center of the eyebrows. We're going to cover the right nostril with the thumb and exhale through the left. Inhale back through the left nostril to the center of the eyebrows. Cover the left nostril with the two fingers. Exhale through the right. Inhale back through the right nostril to the center of the eyebrows. Cover the right nostril with the thumb. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left nostril to the center of the eyebrows. Cover the left nostril with the two fingers. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right nostril to the center of the eyebrows. Cover the right nostril with the thumb. Exhale through the left. And continue this practice at your own pace. And stop the practice. We'll just sit for a moment. Feeling the stillness around us. Okay, and now we're going to do a modified version of this practice. Again, same thing. First, a middle finger down. We're using the thumb and ring and pinky fingers. We're going to cover the right nostril with the thumb. We're going to exhale through the left from that point between the eyebrows. Cover the left nostril with the two fingers. Inhale through the right. Cover the right nostril with the thumb. Exhale through the left. Cover the left nostril with the two fingers. Inhale through the right. Cover the right nostril with the thumb. Exhale through the left. And continue this practice at your own pace. Inhale right, exhale left. And stop the practice. Just sit for a moment. Now for the next practice, we're going to again use the same mudra. And this time, we're going to exhale alternately through each nostril, like exhale right, exhale left, exhale right, exhale left. Don't worry about the inhalation. It happens on its own. And just try this for a few times. It's a little bit of a more rapid, it looks sort of like a little bit of a more rapid practice. If you start to feel some dizziness, just stop the practice and sit with some, just back to observing the breathing at the tip of the nostrils if you start to feel dizzy. We'll just do this for a short period of time just to see how it is. Sometimes it can be helpful to have a tissue handy. If you're a little congested, it can bring up some phlegm. So we're going to go right, left, right, left. Okay, let's start. And stop the practice. Sit for a moment. For the next practice, we're going to do a little bit of visualization work. So we're going to visualize the breath as if it were happening, not in a physiological way, but just as a visualization practice. We're going to visualize air coming in through the navel, rising. We're going to inhale up, exhale, inhale up, exhale. So we're going to, as we inhale, we're going to feel the air as if it were coming in through the abdomen, through the navel area. We're going to inhale it up. We're going to feel exhale out through the, between, at the chest level. And then we're going to inhale up, exhale out again at the throat. So it's just a visualization practice. Try not to get too worried about it. It doesn't have to be done perfectly. The whole point of this is to just work consciously with the breath. So it's not like you have to have a perfect visualization. This is just a kind of a medium for us to, another medium for us to work consciously with the breath. So I'll guide us and let's do a few rounds. So bring your awareness to the navel area, and as you, on the next inhalation, envision the breath as if it could happen, coming straight in through the navel. And rising up to the point at the center of the chest. When you're ready to exhale, envision the breath coming straight out through the center of the chest. On the next inhalation, envision the breath coming up to the center of the throat. And on the next exhalation, envision the breath coming straight out the center of the throat. Back down to the navel area. On the next inhalation, envision the breath coming straight in through the navel and up to the center of the chest. On the next exhalation, envision the air coming straight out the center of the chest. On the next inhalation, envision the air coming up to the center of the throat. On the next exhalation, envision the air coming straight out the center of the throat, back down to the navel. Inhale again, envision the air coming in through the navel area, up to the center of the chest. On the next exhalation, the air comes out the center of the chest. On the next inhalation, the air comes up from the center of the chest to the center of the throat. On the next exhalation, the air comes out the center of the throat and around down to the navel. Inhale through the navel to the center of the chest. Exhale out the center of the chest. Inhale through the center of the chest to the center of the throat. Exhale out the throat, back down to the navel. And continue this practice at your own pace. Again, no worries, doesn't have to be exactly right. Just work with it and just see how it feels. Okay, and now we're going to stop the practice. Just sit for a moment. And now we're going to do a few rounds of the cobra breathing. So we're going to inhale, leaning back, open up the throat. Exhale, chin to chest. Come back up, sniffing some air through the nose. Exhale through the teeth. Inhale through the nose, leaning back. Hold the breath, chin to the chest. Come back up, sniffing some air through the nose. Exhale through the teeth. Inhale through the nose, leaning back. Hold the breath, chin to the chest. Come back up, sniffing some air through the nose. Exhale through the teeth. Inhale through the nose, leaning back. Hold the breath, chin to the chest. Come back up, sniffing some air through the nose. Exhale through the teeth. And everyone now do 3 more rounds at your own pace. You're done with the rounds, you can just sit for a moment. Now we're going to make a gentle fist. Bring the fist here, relax the elbows. We're going to inhale. And before we do that, we go into, this is the full yogic breath, but before we do that, let's just remind ourselves where the breath will be passing through. So bring your hands onto your abdomen and just feel the breath in the abdomen. Feel how the abdomen rises and falls with the breath. And now bring your hands to the chest and feel the breath in the chest. And now you bring your fingertips to your collarbones and feel the breath here. Okay, so now we know where the breath is going to be passing from the abdomen to the chest to the collarbones. So now we're ready to integrate all this full breath. So we're going to bring the thumb to the palm, fingers over, gentle fist. Fists are here, elbows are relaxed, face is relaxed, tongue is at the roof of the mouth. And we're going to begin to practice our full yogic breath. So we're going to inhale, expand the abdomen, expand the chest, raise up the collarbones. Pause. Exhale, drop the collarbones, contract the chest, contract the abdomen. Pause. Inhale, expand the abdomen, expand the chest, raise up the collarbones. Pause. Exhale, drop the collarbones, contract the chest, contract the abdomen. Inhale, expand the abdomen, expand the chest, raise up the collarbones. Pause. Exhale, drop the collarbones, contract the chest, contract the abdomen. And everyone now continue at your own pace. Notice as the practice continues, that you may notice the pauses becoming a little bit longer. You never want to hold your breath during the pause, but you do want to recognize the pause as a very restful break between the breaths. At the end of the next round, you can stop the practice. And we'll just sit for a moment. Feeling the stillness with us and keeping this sensation with us as we go about our day. Thank you so much for joining me.